I thought I hit play, but I didn't. This is for flatbread. Oh, sugar. 250 grams of water, 100 grams of levain, 9 grams of salt, 10 grams of salt, 350 grams of water, 500 grams of whole wheat. This one is 250 grams of water. Okay. There we go. So this one's 450 of whole wheat. These ones will just be the word I'm looking for. It's an all-in mix. I will be doing the folding, shaping at the end. This one will be rolling. And by rights, it should be thicker. Remember, whole wheat is thirstier. On the air. Get the dog out. These temperatures are fabulous for baking, but they're also faster. So I'm just going to repeat the formulas again, so you know, I know. Whether I put it in the description or at the end, it's fine. This one is 450 grams of whole wheat. My intent is to do some flatbread. 250 grams of water. I believe it was 9 grams of salt. Okay, just let it rest. That's gonna go over there. All right, so I started this at 10:30, quarter to 11. It's now 2 o'clock. Temperature, so 78. So this should be going fast. The dough doesn't look bad, but after this stretch and fold, we're going to let it sit for just a wee bit longer, because I don't see, oh, there's some movement, but last stretch and fold. I can feel, yeah, you can see the bubbles starting. All right, so last one, it's got plenty of form, just leave it alone. Okay, check it again at about 30 to 40 minutes, because whole wheat does go faster. If it's cold, or if I'm doing a long cold ferment, it can sit in the fridge for 20 hours, if that's your call. I've got a really cold fridge. I can let it sit for 24. This is my flatbread. Solid. Yeah, there's bubbles. So we don't want to do this any longer because it'll just degas, right? Well, they're flatbread, so I'm not worried about this one. Sorry, sometimes I'm thinking, I'm not speaking and not thinking. With the flatbreads, I'm going to divide this into two, do some today, some tomorrow. Just let some sit cold overnight. All right, I'll come back and form them in about 30 minutes, just to let the structure relax. I have the Pullman loaves, which are the Pullman loaf pans. Next. All right, we're just going to divide this into different sections. Whoops. Like I said, this one's very low hydration. That is going into my fridge. I'm just going to let them set up for a few minutes, and then I will take a rolling pin to them. I'm going to cover these. You can use flour if you want. I will be using oil. For now, let them set. Oil versus flour. I just want to make a quick comment here. Choose what works for you. I prefer using oil when rolling and handling the dough. It changes the texture slightly, and if you're frying the flatbread, it's going into the oil anyway. If you're baking it, I find the oil helps keep the dough a little softer as well. Many people use sourdough fermentation to improve the digestibility of flour. If that's not one of your goals, using oil instead of dusting with raw flour may make more sense. On the other hand, if you're preparing the dough for a long overnight fermentation in the refrigerator, any flour you use while rolling and stacking the dough will also have time to ferment. There's no right or wrong choice here. Just choose the method that works best for you. I just wanted to address that's why I use oil when rolling and not raw flour. Boys are having a chat. Are we having a conversation? Okay, back to your spots, my loves. Come on. So you can roll them, or see what I'm doing. Nice thing of wetting your hands with the oil, it tends to slip over. So just recover. Rest. You can make these as big as you want. It's just me here. So like one of these is all I need. If you want it more pliable, add oil into the dough, which I can show you on a different day. Okay, just gonna let them rest. These are my little flatbreads. You know, if you've got a big family, this might not work. Okay. I'll leave them alone for a few minutes. I'm just going to put the parchment paper over so a little bit of oil is not going to hurt. Because we have to take Tori out. I will show you a 50-50 split. How to do one in frying pans. How to do them on parchment in the oven. I'm cheating. But we also show you, my cheating means that you get to see that you can cheat. Right? Okay, that never got back together. We'll do that one in the frying pan. Not a big deal. Pull you guys over here. Just like crackers, the thinner you get them, the better they'll be. curious to see whether or not I'll get any puff with these at this temperature with this particular recipe. My white breads puff a little, but I haven't yet achieved a full puff in the center for a pita. This is a flatbread, it's not a pita, but sometimes you'll get decent puff if you don't dox them. Now, if you don't use ceramic ware, in terms of like the stoneware where it would grab flavors, go ahead and use some of that rosemary olive oil or garlic oil to get these going. No reason why you can't. I don't have any at the moment. If I'm using them for flatbreads, I'll transfer those flavors in because they're fun. What I'm just going to do on these ones is I think I'll just do them in a pan on medium. I'll show you how it goes. Almost not done, just wait. One of these. Show you the difference. That needs stuff to the pan. Okay, that's better. It released. Nice. There it is. puffed up nicely. They're not pita by any means, but someday I will figure out pita. Just not today. These have been in for a few minutes. This is closer to what I'm thinking in terms of pita. I'm going to put it in one more minute. Alright, let's show you this. I'll show you the end of the whole wheat. It's just a basic recipe. Pullman loaf. This is fabulous. Fried bread. Who wouldn't love it? Whole wheat, 100%. Fermented. Makes me very happy. Always best fresh. This is totally up to you which method you choose. Truthfully, it's as much work one way or the other. They both store well. You'll get more of the bubbles on this one. And I'm going to modify this because I think I can do a pita with the whole wheat, which will be good news. But I need to make some adjustments. I'm just doing something savory. I don't have any roast chicken at the moment. It's been way too hot. This is just something quick. I'm going to skip the cheese because I've got the yogurt. And this is just mixed greens with mustard greens, which are really good. Got a spice to it. Oh, it's going to be that day. It's going to be that kind of day. That's all right. It's good enough for me. Always best fresh. Okay, enjoy. Alrighty. So this, I rolled this out. This is the whole wheat. I used it for flat shell, so it's the same recipe. So the flatbreads that I made the other day. This is just, I left it in the fridge. It's been fermenting for 24 hours. It still has life in it, I know, because I popped some bubbles. Like a focaccia, sorry, bear, it's time to feed them. Like a focaccia, I have just oiled the bottom of the pan. I've rolled this out with oil on both sides instead of adding extra flour, because the whole point to me fermenting my bread is to have fermented flour, not unfermented flour. I don't judge people who put flour on stuff, so don't worry. I have reasons for doing this. Bless your